Good morning, ladies and germs. Scott Gordon, Open Mortgage. Today I have a brief message about our friends at HUD. We recently received the Mortgagee Letter ML2011-34. At least I think that's what number it was. Pam could correct me on that. But this was a letter of moderately great consequence, at least great consequence for some of you. This letter removes some of the restrictions of tightened lending areas. Many of you may be familiar that if you're in Texas, for example, you can do FHA loans if you have a HUD-approved branch, but only in Texas and approximately the contiguous states, maybe New Mexico, Oklahoma, Louisiana. From Texas, you cannot do an FHA loan in Illinois. So this is good news that they're relaxing the restrictions, and pretty soon from Texas you will be able to do an FHA loan in Illinois. And I want to talk about the good and bad of that. For some of you, you'd be better off to keep focusing as you do now in your state, or in fact in your community. It depends on the marketing you're doing, how you reach people, what your network is. So this news is really inconsequential for those of you. Now for other people, you may have bifurcated business because you've lived in other states, or you may have support networks, or you may have other sources of leads, where for some of you this is great news. We've had people in Florida who did loans in Michigan and California, Texas, and all kinds of strange combinations. So for you guys, this is good news. But let me throw one more wet blanket on the party. In the past, say 3 years ago, it was much easier to do loans in other states. State regulators have made it a little tougher. So these days, if you want to do a loan in another state, this HUD policy change doesn't mean, oh, now I can instantly do loans anywhere. It means HUD will allow you to do FHA loans in a broader area. However, you still need to get a license for that state. If you're in Texas and you want to do an Illinois loan, you're going to have an Illinois originator's license. And most probably, a branch license. And some states have restrictions on distance. So if you're in Illinois, you can't just get a Texas license and say, oh, I work out of the corporate office. Some states will say, well, wait a minute, your home address is Illinois and you're saying you work in Austin? No, that's not a commute we believe in. It's a great change, and it's going to help some of you. Some of you don't even worry about it. But if you've got connections in other states, this may make it easier for you to lend in multiple states. What you need to do is get a hold of Linda Claiborne, if you have a question, to find out about that second state or third state. What loan officer license do you need? What branch license do you need? How does branch licensing work? There will be some states where it's not possible for you to be in one state and lend in that other state. Their restrictions make it not work. But many states you will be able to if you do it the right way. So in general, I'm pretty happy that HUD made this change. It will help some of you. Some of you, not so much. As always, if you need anything, contact us at corporate. Give us your feedback. Have a great month.